Hello everyone, welcome to Chirag's PostgreSQL debate tutorial. In this video, we are going to learn point-in-time recovery (PITR) guide using the logical backup, and we'll take the WAL archiving in PostgreSQL 17 across two servers. So here is the modified point-in-time recovery guide using the logical backup and WAL archiving in PostgreSQL 17 across two servers. So environmental setup will be there. So we have a two server. First server will say that in the primary server, and second server will be the recovery server. So there is a different IP address will be there, and first server will the active PostgreSQL server before crash, and second server will be the server used for the perform PITR, that is point in time recovery. So we need the PostgreSQL 17 and Postgres user Postgres and password admin at the rate 123. So we'll follow the step by step guide here, and first step we'll just install the PostgreSQL 17 on the both the server. So now I'm going to access both the IP addresses. So this is my first IP addresses, and this is second. Both the servers are running with my VMware workstation. You can able to see both the server. Now I am going to access both the server, and I already created video regarding the configuration of the VMware and creating the servers of Ubuntu 24.04 LTS. Okay, so let me go through that. So I'll access this one SSH DEPT at the rate and IP address. Okay, so admin at the rate 123 sudo su done. And second SSH DPT at the rate 129 admin at the rate 123 sudo su admin at the rate 123. Okay, this one my primary server and IP is 128, and this is my recovery server. This IP is 129, and I'm just changing the tab color. So this will be the red. So this is my primary server, and second is the secondary server. That is recovery server. So side by side, I'm going to keep the screen. Okay. So now I'll go through the step by step guide and run in the both the server. So I'm going to update and upgrade both command in for both the server. So server one and server 2. So update and upgrade is completed in server 1 and server 2 also. Okay. Now we are going to install the dependency. Then there we're going to create the key, and say then next we are going to add into the source list file to the PostgreSQL command, and then update, then install the PostgreSQL, then Postgres with the PostgreSQL we have to install the Postgres contribution library, and we'll enable the Postgres and start the Postgres. So let me do one by one. So what I'll do, I'll just run this part up to there in once both the server. So 128 I have paste this one also. Next I will update again because we added the Postgres new signature for the Postgres 17. So update the system. So done. Now I am going to install PostgreSQL and Postgres contrib. So done. Just start and start. So installing of the PostgreSQL 17 is started. Let me check 55% completed. Okay, done. Now I'm going to enable the PostgreSQL and start the PostgreSQL. So enable means whenever it will enable, whenever the system will reboot automatically, the Postgres service will start. Okay, for that we need to enable the service and started also. So both the server is work is done. So now we are going to set up the password for the Postgres user on the both the server. So run this command on the root. So admin at the rate 123, admin at the rate 123. Password updated successfully. Admin at the rate 123. Admin at the rate. Okay, password on unchanged. Let me check again. At the rate 123. Okay, password updated successfully. Okay, so we are moving to step 3. There is a enable WAL archiving on primary server. So 128. So let me create one. Go to one folder. So this folder we are moving. That is where live and PostgreSQL and 17. Then we are going to create an archive database archive folder. Okay. Then we are giving the ownership for the Postgres. Then now I'm going to open the configuration file. So this is the configuration file path and Control W. I'll search the archive mode. Okay, archive mode is on. Next, WAL level. So WAL level is replica. Next, again archive. Okay, so archive command will be this command. Okay, so this one also completed. Now close, save, save, save the file. Okay, so Control X, Y, and enter. So done. Now I'm going to restart the service for the Postgres 17 main. So done. Now create the simple database and data insert some data on primary 192 168.224.128. So here I'm going to access the Postgres console. So done. So Postgres will be the default database one, and here slash L we have a, let me run again. So smaller size. So here database is the Postgres and there is a template 0, template 1. That's it. Okay. So now what I'll do, I will create the database is ChiragDB1. So done, database create is successfully. Now I'm going to connect to that ChiragDB1. So enter. So now you connect to the database ChiragDB1 as a user Postgres. Okay. Now next create the table. So create table user and ID is equal to serial primary key name varchar 100 and init as init. Okay, integer. So create table is done. Now I'm going to insert two data and list the data. Select asterisk from users. So done. So we have inserted two insert is there and two data we have found. So Chirag Mahto and another data is found. Okay. So now let me check the time and WAL PG switch WAL. So done. Now I'm going to exit. So next, take the physical backup. base backup. So go to this folder and create one database directory. So we are already in this folder. Now make that make a directory name is database backup. So give the ownership for the particular folder because we are working with the Postgres user, and here we just take a base backup. So we have to wait some time for the base backup. So backup is going on. So still the backup is going on. Okay, backup is completed. Now I'm going to add some more records. Okay, so we have added two records. Now I'm going to add some more records and connected with the Chirag DB. Going to create one table. So table will be the accounts. So slash dt. You can able to see two tables are there. Select extract from accounts. We have a no data and select extract from users. We have a two rows. Now I'm going to create and just check create and listing the backup. So done. So pg switch wall is this, and there is a two insertion, and there is a you can with the select extract from accounts you are getting this one. Okay, so this is also completed. Now we're moving to step 7. There is a copy the backup and WAL archive to the recovery server. So recovery server we have 129. So from 128 we'll just copy this one to 129. So just scp exit this from there. So run this one. So we are accessing with the this one recovery server with Postgres user. So yes, admin at the rate 123. So you can able to see the data is copying there. So in this particular path we'll check. So base backup is folder is created and copy is also completed. Now I am going to copy the archive blocks. So database archive. So just run this one and put the password. So copy is done. Now you can able to check just like a LL. You can check this file is, this folder is also copied there. Okay. So now the perform PITR on the recovery server. So go to the 129 server and just stop the PostgreSQL main. Second, I'm removing the main folder of the database, that is the PostgreSQL/17/main. Okay, I'm clearing all the data. We don't have the database now, and we are creating our own main, and we are copying the data. We are copying the data from database backup to main. Just copy and paste. So done this one. Same, just do this one, and here we are giving the change ownership. So this is also done. Now I am going to restore the archive walls. So copy this one and paste. Now update the configuration on replica server. Copy, run this one. I need to update the restore command. So copy and paste the between, Control X, Y. So exit from there. Now create a recovery signal. So create a file. So done. So recovery signal file also created, means that this database is in recovery now. So start the PostgreSQL on recovery server. So start and check the status. Okay. So completed. Now we have to verify the recovery status. So let me log in and slash Chirag db1. Okay. Then slash dt. So table is reflecting there. Here also you can able to check slash dt. Okay. Slash c Chirag db slash dt. So here also you can able to see we have two tables, and recovery also the tables are same. You can check the connections, means how many count is there. So select extract from accounts. So we are able to see the data here, and same data will be on my main server. Okay, so this is the primary server, this is a secondary server, recovery server. So data is reflecting to the primary to recovery, means we have restored the primary to recovery, and we are getting the all the data whatever we have a primary. Okay, so we have done this one. Next, the exit the read only mode. So in the secondary server, just pgwal replay resume. Do this one. Okay, recovery is not in progress. So recovery is completed. So we are able to get the data. Okay, so not a problem. Now let me connect with the Chirag DB1. Okay, Chirag DB1, and select from the users. Yeah, users we have, and here also user we have. Next, account also we have already seen. Let me compare both. So both the way, both the server has the same. This is the old server, this is the new server. So summary of this, we have a one server that we are keeping the archive wall and backup, and second server we are just going to the PITR and restore. So in this video we have learned how to modify or configure the point-in-time recovery using the physical backup and WAL archiving on PostgreSQL 17 across two servers. So step-by-step process is given there. For any doubts and query, please write on the YouTube video comment section. Follow the process on in the video. Please subscribe and like for the more videos. Don't forget to follow, like, share and comment. Hope this will help. Thank you for watching.